Hey yo, what is going on everybody? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and as you guys can see, we're back here with the tier list. This one is the best cards in the entire game right now, part 2. We just put this one into 2 parts because there's over 80 cards on this list. So if you guys want to check out part 1, it'll show you where all the F, E, D, and C tier cards are. That'll be the first link in the description down below. You guys can check that out. Also, if you want to see where all of these cards rank at their respective positions, PGs, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. A few outliers like the new sleeper packs and NBA draft packs won't be in there, but everybody else should be sitting there nice and pretty. You can check those down in the description down below. All of those will be beautiful, wonderful, all over there. So, starting it off, we do have the B tier. Also, forgot to say, like the video, subscribe, and comment your favorite player to use right now in the entire game, no matter who it is. Who's your favorite player? Just like we did in the last one. Want to know who everybody's spicing with it. Again, mine's got to be Curry, and probably now tied with Blake. So now we can start off with the B tier, which has the new Spotlight Reward Diamond Rafer Alston. I love this Rafer Alston card. Like, absolutely love this card. He has everything good and everything that you would want. You know, really good slasher. Decent size of 6'2". It's not great, but the card like Curry, he's 6'3" and can still do everything amazing. So I still think at this point in time it's fine, especially with Hall of Fame Giant Slayer. He can shoot the lights out with the cherry brick jump shot base, has silver clamps and silver quick first step too. Honestly, really solid. I just think that sometimes he can be a little bit iffy, just because there's certain badges like corner specialists that are missing, Deadeye and blinders, which are pretty big badges. You do also have to add something like a posterizer, I think, to really kind of capitalize on his dunking ability. But other than that, is a super solid card, and dribbles pretty decently as well. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is kind of just one of those, you know, amazing cards that can get away with not having quick first step because of how great of a 3 and D option he is. Now, I really hate the fact that he doesn't have quick first step, but I understand that this Paul Pierce card is still one of the best cards in the game. I think finally can shoot corner threes on next gen, which is obviously massive. The only thing that he really lacks in is finishing a little bit, but when you're coming with gold clamps and gold deep threes just like that, it's looking nice for you. Next up, we have one of the new sleeper cards, Diamond Paul Millsap. Now, Paul Millsap has one really big negative to me, and that is the fact that he doesn't really have hot zones. So, that's kind of like their way of nerfing it, because this Paul Millsap card is kind of insane. His finishing is really solid. We have silver downhill and quick first step, which can be upgraded if need be. Has gold clamps, Hall of Fame tireless defender, gold brick wall, pogo stick, things like that. Silver pick dodger as well. Like, really solid badges to play defense on. Has solid shooting, along with an 82 shot 3 and a really nice release. Doing these challenges with Paul Millsap were super easy. And you can add any badge on shooting that you would like. So you can add, you know, sniper, difficult shots, even if you wanted to, deep threes, stuff like that, to really capitalize on his Paul Millsap. And I think a Paul Millsap with sniper, deadeye, deep threes is looking really solid, especially with this great finishing and already solid defense. And that great jump shot 34, same as Shreve Abdul-Rahim, it's beautiful. I just love him. Next up, we have Mike Miller, one of the free Halloween cards. And yo, Mike Miller is a demon, man. 6'8" at the 2 is beautiful with that 6'11" wingspan and Hall of Fame catch and shoot. Like, how can you not love that? Also has silver deep threes and silver circus threes, which is amazing. Has bronze clamps, which can be upgraded, and I definitely recommend that you do it, as well as the ability to add quick first step as well. So add quick first step, add clamps, and you have a demon of a Mike Miller with a 92 shot 3, solid speed, solid defense, a 75 driving dunk, meaning he's actually going to dunk a good bit. And it's a jump shot forward, jump shot base, which is beautiful, wonderful, absolutely love it. And next up, we have Latrell Sprewell, who to me is basically just like a shorter Mike Miller. But the thing that I think made me hold this Latrell Sprewell a little bit back, instead of throwing him up in the A tier immediately, was just the fact that he's 6'5". I know that's not that short for a lot of people, but for some reason, I just feel like as a set reward, somebody that's so expensive that you really have to lock in for and use, and that you have to add, you know, Giant Slayer, things like that, Circus threes, Deadeye, deep threes, sniper, things like that. it hurt it a little bit for me. Now, this Latrell's Sprewell is still great. 90 driving dunk, silver quick first step, gold clams, an awesome shot 3, and has jump shot 4 as his base. Is beautiful, but dribbling is not going to be the most insane. So if you want to get super cheesy with it, it could be great. But I feel like I'm as negative on Latrell's Sprewell just because he's so expensive and to me just doesn't seem to live up to the price hype. Next up, we have Pink Diamond Chris Middleton, the new reward from the Sleepers set. And Chris Middleton, he's a dog. Kind of like the same deal with Paul Pierce, though, I will say. We have silver quick first step, we got gold clams, we have some amazing shooting, but I'm saying he's like Paul Pierce because we're missing a lot of finishing. We are going to be an amazing shooter with Hall of Fame, catch and shoot, corner specialist, green machine, and hot zone hunter. Also gold deep threes, blinders, and circus threes. Like, oh my lord. Like, Chris Middleton is actually kind of insane. Also has Hall of Fame off-ball pass and trapper. This Chris Middleton is actually kind of crazy. The only thing that really sucks on him are the defensive tendencies and the fact that his dribble moves aren't amazing, and that's kind of why I threw him into B tier. Just because, again, if you're spending this much on a card, I feel like they should really have that finishing maxed out and really be demon-like. Plus, his jump shot's a little bit slow. I think Chris Middleton's a great card, especially as a 2-guard. It's just, I think there's a lot of better options you can get for quite a bit cheaper. Next up, we have Pink Diamond James Worthy. Like I've said, this James Worthy is kind of just like a juiced up Jimmy Butler. This James Worthy has the jump shot 22 base, is 6'9" at the 3 and the 4 is beautiful. We have a bunch of Hall of Fame badges and finishing, which is nice. All around solid defense. But in order to get this James Worthy really top tier, you do have to add Intimidator, clamps up to gold. He's got it on bronze. You got to give him quick first step. You got to give him range extender. Upgrade the catch and shoot from silver to gold, and probably have like a sniper, things like that. And I think then you have an insane James Worthy because he has amazing stats. It's just the badges in shooting, playmaking, and kind of defense or a little bit lackluster. So you do have to upgrade those. And in saying that, I do think James Worthy's probably an A tier card, but because you have to upgrade him and spend so much, I did knock him down a tier. Next up, we have Dominic Glenn Robinson, and oh my lord, is this Glenn a shooter, man. This Glenn Robinson is actually kind of insane. From the NBA draft set, he's 6'7", which is honestly super solid. Hall of Fame catch shoot again, gave him silver deep threes, gave him gold quick first step, and gold clamps, along with a lot of really good finishing badges. Now, actually has some pretty solid all-around defense as well, but the hard foul tendency is very high on my guy, and he does have that Zion Williamson jump shot, which, if I'm being honest, is one that I think you can get around, and I didn't have too much of a problem with it because I did use the shot stick, but it's one of those jumpers that you either really are good with or you just don't want to touch it all. So I think because of that, I threw him into B tier. Other than that bad jump shot, everything else is amazing for him, but it's one of those jumpers that you really have to learn, and if a card's got that, you might as well go with some other options. Next up, we do have the Pink Diamond George Miken. Now, I love this George Miken card. I still think he does a lot great, but we had a lot of centers in S tier. We had a lot of centers in A tier, and I felt like out of all of the ones that I had to run at the center, George Miken was lower on a pedestal than some of these, so I put George Miken into B tier. I still think this George Miken is an absolute demon. Great at stretching the floor, great at post game, playing defense in the post. I just love the mid range that he provides. I love the defense that he provides, but was still on the lower end of all the total centers we had. Next up is Donovan Mitchell. To show you guys that I actually am not a dog on Donovan Mitchell, like I actually love this Donovan Mitchell card. It's just he's way too small to be a 2-guard. And I understand that some of you guys still can play great with Donovan Mitchell as a 2-guard, but at the PG, that's really where he shines. If we have to do a lot of things to make a card amazing at a position, maybe he's not the best player to run at that position. But Donovan Mitchell as a PG is insane. I mean, you add range extender onto my guy, and it's basically over because he has Hall of Fame quick first step already. I would boost up his clamps though to gold just to really capitalize on it, as well as catch and shoot from bronze up to gold as well, and then you're looking really, really nice because Donovan has a 90 driving dunk, 86 shot 3, 94 is in his speed on top of the Hall of Fame quick first step and jump shot 4 base, along with the Pro 6 moving behind the back, all of which are beautiful. This Donovan Mitchell is an absolute demon, and even though he's 6'1", can still make a killing, just like Rafer Alston, despite being, I guess, kind of short for the meta. just not short overall, they still are insane. Like, insane card. Next up, we have Derrick Fisher, one of those guys, again, benefiting from the jump shot 40 base. It seems like that's just one that they really want to give out this year. And Derrick Fisher, I think, is great just because he's a wonderful all-around kind of option, along with coming with silver deep threes and circus threes, has gold clamps, silver quick first step, Hall of Fame needle threader, Hall of Fame unpluckable, and Hall of Fame bailout, as well as bullet passer, which just means he's great at facilitating as well as playing awesome defense with gold pick dodger, gold clamps, all that sort of stuff. Still a great shooter, not great tendencies. They just don't want to give him out this year. But he also has the Curry slide as Pro 2 in all of his, I guess, normal crossovers, hesitations behind the back, things like that, as well as, you know, the size of escapes and all that sort of stuff. So Derrick Fisher, you can run around with the Curry slide and really cheese it up. Haven't really ran into too many people that uses Derrick Fisher, but it doesn't change the fact that he's an absolute dog, only hurt by the fact that he can't dunk really at all. Next up, we have Pink Diamond Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett as a power forward, I think, is an absolute demon, just one of those guys that is a dog. I had to use him for XP challenges, and he's amazing, and actually gains a badge on next gen, which is kind of cool. He went from 8 to 9. Now, this Kevin Garnett is an insane defender. Comes with silver clamps, Hall of Fame clutch defender, defensive leader, intimidator, post move lockdown, things like that. Gold rebound chaser. He has gold catch and shoot and set shooter, which is great, and amazing finishing badges as well. And he's a post god. Now, one thing that I think you really have to do to capitalize on how great this Kevin Garnett is add corner specialist and add hot zone hunter. Now, hot zone hunter, pretty expensive badge, but corner specialist not as expensive, so it's really not that bad. And overall, you get a really, really good Kevin Garnett. I think he works great as like a stretch 5 kind of guy where you can run a 5 out and you really don't have to worry too much about how well he's going to shoot in the corner as long as you got the release down. And I think it really, really helps. So Kevin Garnett, absolute great card, but gets dogged a little bit. And I'm not understanding why, because you can get this guy up to an 80 shot 3 and he can just be a demon for you no matter what. And last but not least is Dominique Wilkins. And this is purely ranked based off of just how expensive it is to really badge this card out. I think Shake was tweeting yesterday that it's actually more expensive to badge up this Dominique than it is to buy the card itself because of how expensive the cards or the badges are that he needs. Dominique Wilkins is 6'7", 6'10" wingspan, is amazing at the 2 guard. Like, that is beautiful. But the thing is with Dominique, we have 5 Hall of Fame badges, which are great in finishing, 4 on next gen. We have silver clamps, which is great, but we're lacking quick first step. We're lacking, you know, dead eye, deep threes, even corner specialists, things like that, which are huge, huge, huge upgrades. You got to give him bronze clamps. You could even add intimidator to really make him overpowered. So while this Dominique is amazing as he is, you really kind of have to give him all those upgrades. Like a Jaylen Brown, he's really good as he is, but without quick first step or even a little bit extra shooting range, it does get a little bit more difficult to use him, I think, to his full potential. Has a pretty solid jump shot as well. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad. So Dominique is an amazing card, but to really capitalize on it and make him that A to S tier card, it's a decent bit of pocket change. Now, starting off in A tier, we do have the Possessed Halloween Vince Carter. I mean, like, let's be real. They made Vince Carter just what he typically is, just like that guy that can dunk on everybody, no matter what. Hall of Fame catch and shoot and silver deep threes is amazing. Silver clamps, gold quick first step, all great, and really has every badge that you kind of want off rip. I just think that the Vince Carter jump shot is good because of how often it can green, but it is very slow, so it's easy to contest. So it's kind of like a trade-off. Do you want to green a lot, or do you want to get shots off quick? Kind of here and there. Also, his dribble moves are pretty booty cheeks, so you're really kind of limited to catch and run to paint, which, you know, it's what everybody does anyway. But still, I love this Vince Carter. I just don't think he's that top tier card potential. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Ray Allen. Ray Allen is one of those, you know, cards that honestly feels like an opal already, because Ray Allen, 6 Hall of Fame badges, all of them in shooting, has gold quick first step, silver clamps. Now, I will say, even though he has gold deep threes, I would add sniper and hot zone hunter because then you really got a demon. And then if you want Ray Allen to even be more cheesy, give him difficult shots. But I mean, we all know it. The Ray Allen jump shot base is insane. He can dribble actually decently well. Not amazing, but definitely not bad. 80 driving dunk. Awesome, awesome defensive stats as well for a Ray Allen card. And I mean, that Ray Allen jump shot is one of the easiest and smoothest to green in the entire game. Next up, we do have pink Dominicle Jokic. Nikola Jokic is just like one of those guys that you want on a court because of how great he spaces the floor. Gold catch and shoot, gold deep threes, Hall of Fame set shooter on your center. You do really have to badge up his defense, I think, to put him into this A-tier selection because he's already an amazing shooter, already an amazing finisher, and actually a really solid playmaker for a big, but he doesn't have the defense really to hold on to it. So give him like an interior defense shoe, give him Intimidator, give him, you know, what is it? Another one like Heart Crusher, Rim Protector, Post Move Lockdown, Pogo Stick, and then you really have a demon at center in Nikola Jokic. Next up is Monta Ellis, the Curry without the slide, but it does have a lot of dunking, which is cool. Monta Ellis is great, insane card. You gotta love the Curry base. I just think it's not as much of a bonus, the dunking, as the Curry slide. So if I had to pick between Ellis and Curry, I'm taking Curry every single day because of the extra range, already getting gold clamps, and the fact that you have the Curry slide. Monta Ellis is insane and unstoppable going to the basket, but I just wish we had that Curry slide to make him just that next level OP because there isn't a better move in the game. Next up, we do have Pink Diamond Josh Smith. Josh Smith is just that Swiss Army knife player, man. You throw him in and he does everything beautifully. Plays defense, can hit the occasional three ball, awesome in the quick first step and playmaking out of category, and the defense is just insane all around. 80 interior, 87 perimeter, gold clamps, Hall of Fame Intimidator. It's over. This Josh Smith is amazing as the Brook Lopez base, one of my favorites in the game. Can even kind of speed boost and cheese it up a little bit. Absolutely love this Josh Smith card. Next up is Pink Diamond J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, I feel like has the potential to be S tier, but it really makes me upset that we have a J.R. Smith card that I have to add some shooting badges onto. Like, I have to add Hot Sun Hunter, Green Machine, Deadeye, and Set Shooter onto my J.R. Smith card. Like, what is that? Now, other than that, the J.R. Smith card is absolutely insane, but I put him under here because I'd rather take somebody like a Cam Radish, which may sound a little bit crazy to some because, you know, the J.R. Smith does have Hall of Fame Deep Threes and Hall of Fame Sniper, two of the best badges for shooting in my opinion, and great dunking. It's just, I'm not really feeling it. The Pro 3 behind the back that he has is not great and not really feeling it. The other dribbling moves are like, okay, like you got it. And the jump shot 49 jump shot is a little bit slow. Not the slowest, but a little bit slow. And it just made me mad that somebody like Cam Reddish was significantly better on the defensive end and things like that. So J.R. Smith, insane card, but I just don't think he's really top tier, especially for a lock-in reward. Next up, we do have Diamond Giannis. Kind of the same story as Josh Smith, except we're a worse shooter. We're just amazing on defense. We're amazing in the paint. We can even play make a little bit, super quick as well for our size. You're just really hurt by the lack of, I guess, shooting, we'll say. it's a big deal. Next up, we do have Diamond Draymond Green. This Draymond Green, you can add a range extender, quick first step, and a bunch of insane badges along with a beautiful jump shot. So he can play great defense, he can rebound well, he can finish okay, and he can shoot great. But again, I had a decent bit of centers up into S tier, or kind of stretch centers or power forwards that can play both. And I felt like Draymond Green again was the worst out of them, so I decided to knock Draymond Green down to A tier. Same thing with Giannis. There's a lot of people that we have recently got at those positions that I think have pushed these guys down a tier in the overall scope of things, but still amazing. Next up, Darren Williams, and the same thing goes with Darren. This Darren Williams is cheesy because, I mean, jump shot 22 with the Curry slide, come on, it's overpowered. Also has great defense. Obviously, we have quick first step. We can do everything great. I just think this Darren Williams card is not as good as, again, a few of the PGs that we do have up into S tier. And I didn't want to have, 4 to 5 PGs up in there. Darren Williams is amazing, but I had to cut somebody out, and sadly, he was that one. Next up, we do have David Robinson. Absolutely insane. Again, I love this David Robinson card. Awesome in the post, awesome in the paint, just playing great defense, can finish well, can even spread the floor and shoot. And I love the David Robinson jump shot, especially with the shot stick. which is, again, there's a lot of centers up in S tier, and I think David Robinson is up there, just not the best center that we have right now. And same thing goes with Dave Cowens. If this Dave Cowens didn't have jump shot 1 and had jump shot 22, for example, this Dave Cowens would probably be the best center, best power forward in the game, period. Because his stats are insane, his badges are godly, and the only thing really holding him back is that jump shot. If he had a better jump shot, like jump shot 22, this Dave Cowens would be top tier. He's just really not that yet. And last but not least is one of my favorite cards in the entire game, Diamond Chris Mullen. Now, this Diamond Chris Mullen I had to throw into at least A tier because, oh my lord, is he one of the best shooters that I have ever used in a 2K game. Like, a duo of Pink Diamond Curry and Diamond Chris Mullen is one of the most unstoppable duo of shooters I have ever used in a 2K game. This Chris Mullen can just flat out shoot, and it's crazy. Now, Chris Mullen, it's not a pushover though. Chris Mullen can still play defense, and for anybody that hasn't done their 20 unlimited games, do it and get this Chris Mullen, because 6'7" with the 2 is great. We have Hall of Fame catch and shoot. We have gold range. We can add a quick first step onto him, which honestly I haven't needed at all. Gold clamp, or sorry, silver clamps and silver pick dodger as well. Like, jump shot 22 is just one of those jump shots that is just so easy to time. It's unreal. It seriously is unreal. He also has, you know, gold sniper and all that sort of stuff, which is great. Chris Mullen, honestly, I cannot rave enough about how great this card is. Seriously, pick him up, try him, and you really will not regret it. And then, last but not least, we're into the S tier, starting off with Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, I think, was one of the reasons that I decided to push out somebody like Giannis, because Davis can do everything that Giannis can while being taller, longer wingspan, and just slightly slower. Like, this 80 is kind of crazy. I was going against him recently in a game of Unlimited, and low-key gave me some fits because this 80 can actually shoot. Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, only missing one spot from 3 and one spot from mid-range for his hot zones. Amazing rebounding, amazing defense. He's really solid at the post. Again, the speed is lower than Giannis's, but it's still 79, so with any sort of coach boost, it's up there into the 80s. Has a 95 contest shot in the Anthony Davis jump shot. Money off the catch. Hated off dribble, but off the catch, it is beautiful. Next up, Zion Williamson. I mean, like, has every single badge really that you would want. Can dunk all over everybody. Can play defense all across the floor. Can shoot it like Ray Allen and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. It's unreal how cheesy this Zion card is. Seriously, it's like a top 3 to 5 card in the entire game. Some would probably even say the best card period in the game, and I wouldn't really argue it because, Lord, they really wanted to meet Ride Zion this year, but yeah, he's one of the best. Next up, we do have Tim Duncan. Again, one of the reasons that I pushed out a Nikola Jokic and a David Thompson and a Dave Cowens is because Anthony Davis and Tim Duncan are 2 of the best centers in the entire game, and we still have another one coming down later, actually 2 kind of to come down later. Tim Duncan is just one of those guys that you have bronze range as a center, which you can boost up to gold. He has amazing defense coming with gold clamps. He has Hall of Fame catch and shoot. He has Hall of Fame post move lockdown, and you can add quick first step to him as well if you wanted to even add more cheese. Not that I really find it necessary. I used this Tim Duncan just as is and was able to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, anywhere on a court. So there was really no reason to boost him up. But if you do add some extra badges to him, it's really over. It's really over because, Lord, is this Timmy D nice. Next up, Pink Diamond Steph Curry. I don't even have to explain it to you. You guys know. Pink Diamond Steph, in my opinion, I think still is the best card in the entire game. But Zion's a close 2. But I still think this Steph is just otherworldly good. Next up, Pink Diamond Patrick Ewing. Now, the only knock that I have on Patrick Ewing is his lack of shooting. His defense is amazing. His post game is amazing. Finishing, insane. It's just the shooting outside of the mid-range is iffy. I keep saying it, I still have yet to see somebody really consistently shoot that I've gone against with Patrick Ewing. So for the most part, people get him, but then you just can't use him too effectively. You really can batch him out and make him a really good shooter, which is why he has this S tier selection. But there are some cards that are easier to use and come more to the average person, but when done right, this Patrick Ewing is probably the best center in the game. Next up, we have Pink Down with LeBron James. I mean, we really don't have to explain too much about why LeBron's great. He's one of the best cards every single year because of his great all-around ability. Can shoot the ball great, can play make amazing, can finish amazing, can dunk amazing. Like, a jack of all trades and master at all of them is this LeBron James, and it's unreal. Also has a jump shot with the biggest green window, over a 93-point rating. Unreal. And VC Super Packs just dropped with LeBron James, so his price may fall just like a little bit, but is still one of the most amazing and most expensive cards in the game. Next up, Pink Diamond Dr. J. Dr. J just has that Rudy Gay jump shot base that I swear is one of the most beautiful and smooth jump shots every single year. Also, this Dr. J, one of the best slashers in the entire game, has gold clamps, got to add the quick first step, and really boost up the shooting though to get him here. But once you do, this Dr. J, again, is one of the top cards in the entire game. Like, is S tier of the S tiers. Next up, Diamond John Stockton, and he's one of the reasons that I had to push down a Darren Williams and a Monta Ellis, because I mean, Steph Curry and John Stockton, in my opinion, are the two best PGs that we have in the game right now. John Stockton can dunk like Monta Ellis, can play better defense than Monta Ellis, can shoot just as good. Like, love this John Stockton, and has a really, really solid jump shot. Now, neither of them can do the Curry slide, which, yeah, that hurts a little bit. But I do think this John Stockton is just insane, and for some reason, I just feel like I like this John Stockton just more than Monta Ellis, despite them being pretty similar cards. Next up, Chauncey Phillips. Just one of those guys, again, that's super slept on that not a lot of people talk about, but Chauncey Phillips is insane. 6'3", has amazing Hall of Fame badges, has bronze deep threes, which can be upgraded, has Hall of Fame floor general and unpluckable and defensive leader, gold clamps, gold intimidator, gold quick first step, amazing finishing besides the dunking, and the shooting's godly, great speed, great stats overall. And just pretty solid dribbling stats as well. Chauncey Phillips is just one of those guys that's really slept on and not too many people look at because he's a lock-in reward, but he is honestly a dog. Next up, we got the Cam Radish. There is, I guess, there's a, I don't know what to call it, but kind of a glitch to get this Cameron Reddish. There's a lot of videos out it. You guys can kind of see how you can get this Cameron Reddish for super, super, super cheap. And if you do that, you're getting yourself a real nice card. Cam Reddish is just one of those guys every single year, as in last year and right now. He's just one of the best shooters in the game. Amazing, amazing, amazing defensive stats, awesome finishing, and really solid playmaking. Comes with every single badge that you would want. Silver deep threes, gold quick first step, gold clamps, Hall of Fame pick dodger, Hall of Fame posterizer, as well as great finishing badges. Has the Paul George jump shot, the profile moving not in the back. This Cam Reddish is an absolute dog. He's basically PG, but better. Insane. And last but not least is Blake Griffin. You guys knew he was probably going to be in the S tier. It's Blake, man. The reward for level 40 that I just got myself yesterday. A 6'10" power forward center. I think he works beautifully at both because you can add gold clamps to him, which you definitely should. That's why this ranking's here. Gold quick first step, one of the best slashers in the entire game, especially as a big man with a 98 standing and 98 driving dunk. It's insane. You can actually add +3 to his ball handle and make this, I guess, speed boost, as well as add range extender to him or deep threes, and then it's over. Blake Griffin is insane. 86 contest shot tendency. The Blake Griffin jump shot is super solid, and for a big man at this point in the year, has some really solid dribbling moves. If they were the same ones on a guard, I would say that they're probably not that great, but as, I think, a power forward center, very, very solid dribbling moves. And that's what we got for the S, A, and B tier. If you guys want to see who we have, again, for the S, F, E, D, and C, I'm getting my words all mixed up. Make sure you guys go check out part 1 down in the description down below to check out anybody I may have missed. If you do think there's somebody that I missed between the two parts, make sure you guys comment it down below. I did forget guys like DeMar DeRozan and things like that, so you can rally in the comment section for that. But overall, like the video, you guys did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new. We are on that road to 10K subscribers. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next video.